Today I'm going to be showing you how to fix this Frigidaire controller board. It has a bit of an unusual issue. The issue we're experiencing is a blue LED screen. It's supposed to be green, and only half of it is actually displaying correctly. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Nick. I started Nick's Electronics Repair about a decade ago, and since then have fixed over 26,000 devices. All right, let's get diagnosing. Well, this is the first time that we've seen a display break down like this with only half of the screen displaying and also displaying blue. This is a common issue we see with a lot of LEDs where they actually change colors to blue before they fully fail. So to me, this is going to be a straightforward repair. We actually need to just replace this display. And to get to the display, we're going to need to remove the top orange circuit board. And let's also remove the green circuit board as well. All right, and now we have completely removed the board. Now, if we look closely, we'll notice that there are a few pins here that are connecting the display to the board. We have 4 here, 3 here, and actually 3 over here on this side of the connector, plus a few more, let's see, 4 over here. We have 4 more over here, and then 3 right there. So we're gonna have to go ahead and desolder all of those. We're gonna try a few different techniques. I'm gonna start by doing the desolder wick first. Okay, let's see. Well, all the pins are still solid on the board. I did get a good amount of solder off of the board, but all 3 pins are definitely still soldered down. All right, let's see. Nope. Nope. Aha. All right, so the last pin here, I can move it around. It is loose, but the other 2, not yet. All right, and it does look like the solder is at the top of the joint. Let's see if we got it. No. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, this one's moving, and I'm putting a lot of pressure here, but okay, there we go. I did put a little extra pressure and I loosened this one up. So now all 3 of these pins are good. That didn't feel very effective. We're gonna try the FR301 desolder pump next. Now I had my iron set to 450. We're gonna set the desolder pump to just about the same, 450. All right, we are at temperature. Let's give it a try. Okay, that might have been pretty effective. All right, let's see. This one is still stuck, still stuck, still stuck, still stuck. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add some solder first. Get good flow. Make sure our joint is nice and loose. Okay, I think that was actually better. All right, let's see, how did that do? Hey, this one's good. This one's not. This one's not. And this one is. So the 2 outside ones are loose. They have movement, but the 2 inside ones do not. All right, let's try a little bit more solder. Actually, no, let's not try new solder. Let's just see if we can get them. Okay, that sounded like it could have been good. Nope, and nope. I'm gonna take a closer look with the magnifier here. I think I see where the solder is still stuck on the pins. And for this one, it's near the bottom actually. So we're gonna try and get that with the wick. Did that do it? Kind of, not really. I say kind of because the pin is able to move if I put a decent amount of force on it, but it's not as loose as some of the other ones I just got. Let's try one more time. I'm starting to rip the pad here a little bit. Let's try the next few. You know, again, about half of them, so the second and the third are good, but oh, Sorry, first, second, and third are good. Fourth one, not so much. Well, that's what I don't understand when I'm looking at it under the microscope. It looks fine. So, alright. Well, I loosened it up. So, actually, at this point, it looks like our first 3 over here are all loose. These 4 over here are all loose. And then over here, this outside one is loose, this outside one is loose, but these 2 center ones are not. So I'm going to work my way through the lower pins next. Okay, none of those are loose at all. Alright, so none of these are loose. We're going to add a little bit of solder here. Oh, this is strange. Now that pin definitely is giving me a hard time, even with the iron. Okay. There we go. Okay. Alright, all 3 of these are not budging either. Okay, I'm not sure this FR301 is actually doing that good of a job. So we'll put it away for now. Just to be clear, it's not necessarily the FR301 that's not doing a good job. Probably some sort of user error there too. But I am having a lot better luck with the desolder wick, so let's go ahead and try that again. Alright, let's see. Oh, I swear this one was loose. I saw it move. Alright. We're gonna implement a new strategy here. The new strategy being, we're gonna use the microscope. Maybe it'll allow me to see a little bit better. The solder is melting. The pins are able to move freely inside of the joint, but I'm just not getting all of the solder to come up. Looking at that joint right there, I can see there's a little bit of solder that's not coming up. I'm not sure why I'm having such a hard time with this. Shouldn't be this difficult. So one thing we're going to do here is we're going to preheat our joints. And I'm hoping that this is going to help us get better flow. If the board is preheated, it should allow me to more easily desolder the solder. Yeah, we're getting near the solder's melting point. I think some of it is getting molten. I mean, I'm getting a very good first initial desolder. I'm getting all that initial solder pretty quickly. But then you can clearly see there's a little bit left inside of those joints I just can't quite get. And we're gonna go back to cheating. So I'm gonna add a little flux. What we're gonna do here is try and remove the display with hot air. So I'm putting leverage on the back. Alright, so at this point we're going to go ahead and add actually a little extra solder with the iron as well. And there we go. Well, that was a little more difficult than anticipated, but we got it out. So now that we don't have a pin in the way, this should be a lot easier for us to desolder. It looks like maybe a lot of the solder has gone through to the other side. Maybe we can go ahead and try and desolder from this side instead. Yep. The last one's a little tough. These 3, I put a lot of heat with the hot air. So we definitely darkened the board a little bit, put a lot of heat stress. Definitely want to try and avoid that if possible. But I think we'll be all right. I don't think it actually damaged the board in any way that would affect its functionality. I just grabbed this LED display off of a donor board that had a good screen. Now this one I did exclusively use our pry technique, and it was actually a lot easier. So we're going to go ahead and install this now. We're going to do a quick cleanup on the board since we do have a little bit of extra flux laying around. We have our good replacement display. We're going to go ahead and feed it through. You need to take a second to line up those pins. And we'll go ahead and start by locking in a couple of the pins. We're going to go ahead and install the unit back into the case. Let's go ahead and plug it back in. Okay, and it looks like we have a successful repair. Our display is on again, it's green, and of course the entirety of the display is now displaying. If you have a controller board that you'd like to send in for us to fix, we offer flat rate services which come with a 1-year warranty, and those are available on our website, which will be linked in the description down below. If you found the video helpful or useful, leave us a like, subscribe for more content, and thank you for watching.